This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now then, it's Wednesday, so that means we're dealing with a little bit of music theory. Basically, all of these theory videos are in response to viewer requests. So if you have a request for something, some aspect of music theory that you would like explored, or something that you don't quite understand and you want explaining, hopefully in clear terms, then just drop me a line. You can see the website address up there on screen, and the link to the contact page is down in the description. So just get in touch and I'll see what I can do. And a few weeks ago actually, a chap got in touch and said, why not do a video each week on each of the different modes? So that's what I've been doing. So far, we've looked at the sweet and tuneful sounding Ionian mode. We've looked at the rather prog sounding Lydian mode. And we've looked last week at the kind of rootsy, bluesy, country-ish sounding Mixolydian mode. And if you missed any of those videos, I'll link to them down in the description, of course. This week, though, we're going to turn things around to the minor side of the equation. We're going to start looking at the minor modes, beginning this week with the Dorian mode. So here's a bit of an explanation about what it actually is and, what's going on. Here it is.
The Dorian mode. An explanation.
Okay then, the Dorian mode. What's going on here? Well, as we've seen in these other modal videos, the Dorian mode is just a way of biasing or refocusing a major key onto one of the chords other than the tonic chord, the one chord. So we need to know what chords are in the key, and as I've said before, the simplest way to do that is just to take this little 3-chord trick like this. So that is, the way that you find your 3 major chords in the key of, in this case, A, and that gives us a chord of A, a chord of D, and a chord of E major. Each one of those 3 major chords has a relative minor chord, and the way you find those is to move your major chord down 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, and turn it into a minor. So that's an F sharp minor. That is the relative minor of the A major. There's the D major. Move it down 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, and turn it into a minor. That's a B minor, the relative minor of D major. There's the E major. Move it down 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, turn it into a minor. It is now C sharp minor. Okay, and that's the relative minor of the E major. So we have 3 major chords, A, D, and E, and 3 minor chords, F sharp minor, B minor, and C sharp minor. Arrange those in ascending order from A. You get A, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major, and F sharp minor. And there is, as I always say, one extra chord, which you will find 1 semitone below the tonic. That's A, so that's going to be a G sharp, and that is a G sharp minor 7 flat 5. And I've had a couple of people ask me about that particular chord. How do you play it? Well, basically, the easiest way to think of it is just take your 2 chord, the B minor, and basically put a bass note of G sharp underneath it. You can see there's a B minor chord like that. If I just kind of do that and then grab the G sharp note there with my thumb, or what you could do is just play the B minor chord and tell your bass player to play that G sharp note. That's how you would play that chord. Anyway, what we're dealing with today is the Dorian mode, and that is the mode that you get when you bias a major key towards its 2 chords. So remember, we started with A, and then we went to B minor. That's our 2 chord. So what we're going to do is write a little chord sequence using chords from the key of A major, which, just to reiterate, are A, D, and E, F sharp minor, B minor, and C sharp minor. Some or all of those chords, but we're not going to be kind of heading back and resolving to the A chord. We're going to be doing all of the kind of, the kind of resolutions on the B minor chord. What I'm talking about when I say resolutions is that's the chord where everything sounds at rest, finished. Any sense of momentum or need to move on to a new chord is dissipated when we hit the B minor chord in this case. And the chord sequence I came up with goes from a B minor chord to an E chord, and then we do that again. Then F sharp minor to D major, then A major. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that A major and I'm going to play it with the C sharp note that's in the A chord. I'm going to move that into the bass like that, so it just kind of descends nicely back down to the B minor again. So you're getting that kind of nice D to C sharp to B movement in the bass as it just makes the B minor sound more resolved. And that gives us a chord sequence that sounds like this. And you can hear when it reaches that B minor chord, it sounds perfectly at rest and resolved, and like that is the tonal centre. That is the chord that you detect as home. And that is the B Dorian mode. Now, a lot of people might describe that as being in the key of B minor. It's not in the key of B minor, and I'll show you why. The key of B minor, remember how when we got the D major chord and moved it down so that it became its relative minor, the B minor? Okay, well, the key of D major is the key of B minor, B natural minor. And if we were to look at what chords are in the key of D major, you would find that there is a D, and G, and an A, and then a B minor, an E minor, and an F sharp minor. Okay, those are the 6 chords in the key of D major, which is the same thing as the key of B natural minor. And you'll notice that nowhere in that key of B natural minor or key of D major is there an E major chord, okay? But our chord sequence had the E major chord in it. It went from a B minor to an E major a couple of times. If we were in the key of B natural minor, same thing as the key of D major, you would be having an E minor chord, not an E major chord. So the E major chord isn't in the key of B minor. So when we're playing this chord sequence, here it is again. When we're playing that chord sequence, the presence of the E major chord basically tells us that we're not in the key of B minor, we're in the key of A major. Okay, that's our parent key here, but we're biasing that key towards the B minor chord. Just to reiterate, there is no other key where you will get a B minor chord, an E major, an F sharp minor, a D major, and an A major, other than the key of A. That is the key we're in. All of those chords will occur separately in other keys, but there's only one key where they all coincide, and that's the key of A major. And what we've done is we've taken the key of A major and focused it on its 2 chord, the B minor. And when you do that, when you focus a key on the 2 chord, that gives you the Dorian mode, and that's why this chord sequence is in the Dorian mode. So there you go. That basically explains what the theory is behind the Dorian mode. It's a very nice kind of way of doing something that sounds kind of minor and, just it's got that minor key vibe sort of going on, but it's just a different flavour of it. And you find it used all over the place in, kind of blues, rock, and funk music and all manner of stuff. So why not have a go at writing something yourself with the Dorian mode? But above all, have fun with it. And if you are one of my fantastic Patreon supporters, first of all, thank you very much. I am truly grateful for your support. If you are one of my Patreon supporters, then up on my Patreon page, there's the address, and the link is, of course, also down in the description. You will find that little clip there to download and keep of me explaining what the Dorian mode is, and I've also done a bit of a jam track using that chord sequence, so you can have a go with that. And there are also some scale fingerings for, playing lead guitar with the Dorian mode, which is what we're going to be doing on Sunday. I'm basically going to be showing you how you can, use the Dorian mode as a vehicle for playing lead guitar. And, tell you what, let's have a little bit of a teaser of that as we end the video today. So, as I say, that is pretty much it for today. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and informative and maybe a little bit inspiring. And if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream Friday 5 PM UK time. We drink beer, we talk music, we talk guitars. Fantastic way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day, and as I said a moment ago, here's a little bit of a teaser of Sunday's video so you get a bit of an idea of what the Dorian mode sounds like. So till then, I'll bid you all a good day and say thanks for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.